why argue against democracy?
Yeah, I think democracy it's like a really good automobile that has flaws, and we can engineer it to be a bit better. So democracy is the best system we've come up with so far, but it has problems that arise from systematic voter incompetence, and there are perhaps ways of making representative government work better that correct for the problem of incompetence. Around the world, you're seeing skepticism about democracy, but not my type. It's rather kind of skepticism where people want to replace representative government with authoritarian strongmen, and I think that's very dangerous. I think in academia, you're seeing a movement away from what we might call pure proceduralist ideas of democracy, where democracy is good as an end in itself, but rather people recognize that the reason we have it is because it produces good outcomes.
Well, if we start with the fact that you are arguing for a epistocracy, how would you see a shift from democracy to epistocracy? How would you, in the best of worlds, or the worst of worlds if you prefer, see that shift occurring?
Yeah, I think in order for any political system to work, there needs to be popular buy-in. People have to believe it's legitimate. That's true of monarchy, it's true of authoritarianism, and it's true of democracy. So I see this as a slow intellectual change where the job of high-level intellectuals is to create new ideas. They eventually get spread down to the public through intermediaries, and then people are more open to them. And then over time, perhaps some country here and there might experiment with it. And when things work, often they get copied. So I see it as a slow experimental change rather than a revolutionary vanguard taking over.
So how did you delimit or sort of define your research when you started considering writing or studying this sort of topic? You've studied earlier topics such as capitalism and mandatory voting, for example. But how did you, and this is more of a political science as a perspective, as a student of that, how did you delimit and sort of narrow down to this research topic?
Yeah, I think what really sparked this for me was noticing a massive disconnect between what empirical political scientists were saying and what moral theoretical political scientists were saying, that the theory and the ideals don't match the description of the practice. So what would happen if you started doing theory, normative theory, that was based upon the facts rather than ignoring them?